everyone. I'm really happy to be here today because I had the most wonderful experience. I have just come from the annual meeting of the American Academy of Child and Adolescent Psychiatry in Toronto. I had so many personal experiences, professional and personal, at this meeting that I just had to share it with you. First of all, it was a marvelous meeting. After 2 years of absence, 3,000 people came and 2,000 virtually to this enormous meeting where everybody was happy just to be together in a community to see each other after all these years. I had a wonderful time seeing old friends and colleagues and future. It was a little bit like Dickens' Christmas Carol with the ghosts of the past and the present and wonderful anticipation of a very happy future. Now, the Academy was founded in 1953. It was then called the Academy of Child Psychiatry. It has grown from a small group of 100 to the international organization of 9,000 members. It is the leading organization of child and adolescent psychiatrists in the world. We had people represented from 50 countries or more. And when I say that there was an attitude of optimism and joy with every step, I am not kidding. And I understand why they brought me as a past president with a number of other past presidents to this meeting. Most of us were together every minute, breakfast, lunches, and dinners, where we met with young people at tables of 10, in which we really were there to explain the work that we did, past that we came from, the future that these brilliant young people brought to the organization, and it was a joyous occasion. I want to thank the wonderful organizers of this meeting, all the people that helped from the Academy staff to make these incredibly difficult arrangements for both a virtual and an on-site program. That would be Warren and Heidi, Virginia, Jill, Lucinda, and the entire Academy staff. It was so interesting to see certain people from my past. Remember, I had been a member since 1972, and I started out with Virginia Anthony as program chair in 1976, and from then we've arrived at the current state, which is magnificent. I was very impressed by the fact that 280 young people came who were not child psychiatrists, but were general residents and medical students who were very interested in child psychiatry. Some of them had questions for me. For example, I'm very interested in the field, but should I go into academia or shall I go into private practice? And I answered, no, you can do both, just not at all at the same time. It's very good to be in an institution if you can work part-time, especially if you have children at home or other duties. You're very interested in psychobiological aspects and the new field that is extremely important in neuroscience. But my recommendation is that you also have a clinical practice aside from that, because you won't know what's going on in the world with your patients if you don't see them and if you don't teach. So I'm recommending to all of you to follow a career like mine, which was to do everything. I was invited to get a special award a couple of years ago, but because of the pandemic, I couldn't really pick it up. So Dr. Ian Canino and I got the Rieger Award for excellence in a program. It's prevention, really, because it was our program called Caring at Columbia. It was founded in 1988 as a prevention program supporting the emotional development of at-risk children and adolescents. The model of caring is to combine the creative arts process with psychoeducational prevention concepts, with each group conducted by an art therapist and another mental health professional. Eventually, we added a group of young mothers, usually teenage mothers, and children aged 0 to 3, in which we help the parent understand how to interact with their babies. This has been very successful, and we were very happy to get the award, but I couldn't pick it up 2 years ago, so it was great that I could receive it now. Many people ask me questions about how can they get psychodynamic training. And I said it's very important to go to a broad-based residency in child psychiatry program. That means one that isn't just a narrow vision, but a very broad one, where they're interested in giving you all kinds of educational experiences. That would be psychodynamic experiences along with the psychopharmacology, the community, the diversity, all of the things that programs give. And you should be able to know the world that is changing. Now, I have to say that I was so optimistic with these young people who are changing the world. They're so fascinated in climate change, in culture differences, in family, in ancestors, that I ended up with the most wonderful feeling of joy that I had been a part of this organization for 50 years. A wonderful experience, and I know we will have an equally wonderful one in New York next year. See you all there. Bye-bye.